Good day, pupils. You are welcome to class. I am teacher Mercy Alufore. I'll be taking you civic education in primary 3. And the topic is components of civic education. Components of civic education. Let's take an example of a car. A car is made up of different parts. The car cannot move without all the parts working together. All the parts must work together for the car to function very well. So the topic is components of civic education. So what are components? Components are the various parts that forms a whole. Components, they are what? They are the various parts that forms a whole. Just like I made example of a car that has different parts, that all the parts put together makes the car function very well. So components are the various parts that forms a whole. All the parts put together that forms a whole. So we also have the next one, which is civic education. These with the rights, duties, and obligation of a citizen in a place. Civic education deals with the rights, duties, and obligations of a citizen in a place. And we are going to be explaining all the different parts, all the components that make up our civic education. The first component we have here is rights and responsibilities. Rights and responsibilities. What are responsibilities? Responsibilities are things that you are supposed to do. Let's take, for example, it is your responsibility to help your parents at home. It is your parents' responsibility to foot your bills. Then, what are your rights? Your rights are your benefits. The benefits you are supposed to enjoy as a citizen. They are your what? They are your rights. Then the next one we have is what? Talent fulfillment. Talent fulfillment. Your talent, they are those things that you can do very well. The gifts that God has given to you. The gifts that God has what? Given to you. They are what? They are the talents that we are talking about here. And how do you fulfill that? For example, if you are very good in singing, you can sing very well. You know that you are already what? Talented with that. If you are talented with singing, you can sing very well, you can write very well, you can dance very well. Civic education encourages you to do what? To fulfill those talents the Lord has given to you. So the next one is what? Freedom of the citizen. The word free, freedom of the citizen. When we talk on freedom of the citizen, we are talking about those things that you are expected to do. There is nobody that can tell you not to go to school. You have, for example, you have freedom of education. You have freedom of movement. There is nobody that can restrict your movement except maybe the person is in prison. That is why civic education encourages us to know that all these components, they are for us. Freedom of the citizen, you have freedom of speech. Nobody can tell you not to talk when you are expected to air your views. So freedom of the citizen, you have what? Freedom of speech, you have freedom of education, you have all those things. Nobody can tell you not to move. You also have freedom of what? Movement. You can move. Nobody will say, don't move from here to here. No. Civic education does what? Encourages us to learn that. Then the next component is what? Open-mindedness. The next one is what? Open-mindedness. Civic education encourages us to what? Do something without what? Without bitterness. We should do something what? With open heart. If somebody has done anything, with open mind, you are able to tell the person that this is what you have done. Open-mindedness, doing something freely with open heart. Then the last one we want to talk on is what? Healthy competition. Healthy competition. In healthy competition, you find that in a society where people work together, there is this competition. You compete with others without envy. You don't envy others. You don't say, auntie likes this person more than me. No, you compete. And when you are competing, what do? You compete without what? Without bitterness. That is what healthy competition. You don't have bitterness in your heart. You know that you are into what? Competition. Let's say, for example, you write your weekend test. If you write your weekend test, you already know that you are doing what? What is called competition. And in healthy competition, you do something without what? Without bitterness. You are happy doing it. You are happy, I'm competing with my classmate. Or you want to compete with others. You do that without envy. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. We'll meet next time. Remember.